Alright, this is Calibos, and this is Beyond the Skies. This is episode 2. Um, and for me, it was approximately 30 or 40 seconds ago. Maybe slightly more. But here we are again. So, one of the things that we need to progress, regardless of which system we're going to be using to advance, would be mob spawner. So there's a lot of different designs for mob spawners. And one of the things that they share is you've got to be somewhere between 24 and 36 blocks away from the mob spawner before it works. Now that's not always the case. For example, if we go to, let's see, if we look up this drop of evil. If we can get a drop of evil, then our mob spawner can be anywhere, and as long as there's a low enough light level, it will very happily spawn whatever we want, whenever we want. Well, you know, whatever it wants. Meanwhile, this looks done. So, remember we needed string? Now we have string. Now we have lots of string. One of the things that we can do to make our life slightly better, and I think there's even a quest for this, so tinker stuff, crafting station, got one of these, we just made one, see, crafting station, it's weird. So crafting station, get seared bricks, stencil tables, oh that's going to be handy. So tinkers, you may or may not have done anything with tinkers before, but let's work through it as if you have not. So the basis of tinkers is these blocks here. They're each, there's fairly cool. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, part builder, stencil table, pattern chest, part builder, part chest. I don't really use part chests too often. Part chest. So we need another one of these. That gives us a part chest. So tool station, tool forge. And I'll show you what these are all for in a minute. Tool station. So yeah, there we go. We have lots of these cool things now. Tool forge is a little bit further down the way. Seared bricks, we need 128 seared bricks. That's actually fairly reasonable. The fact that it gives you 64 more is very cool, because we'll be using all of them. For the moment, it's unimportant. Has it spread yet? Dirt. It's not spread yet. So what I like to do is I'll take the pattern chest and part chest and tool station, and I'll make a design kind of like this. Part builder, tool station. So this actually can go here, and because I like to make redundant things, I actually can just pull this out and put that here, and then pull these out. Oh, nice. Put it there, And typically I would put these in the ground because, you know, I put them in the ground just so I can walk over them and they don't occupy space. But we won't worry about it this time because we don't have the ability to put them in the ground that isn't there yet. As far as things go, we'll probably want a sword pattern, wide guard, and a stick. Can make a couple more of these. Technically, I did not have to change things like that because you can just swap between them. It's one of the reasons that I have arranged it in the tab the way that I have, is because even if they're adjacent to each other, unless they are adjacent to the correct other block, they won't necessarily connect in the right way. Table right. So we'll probably want one of these, and one of these. Gosh, I don't even remember if it needs patterns. Nope. So we can just do the ones that we want. Probably want one of these. We'll make some of the other ones later. I'm not in a super hurry. Sword blade. For right now, wood is just fine. But it is important that we have it, and that we begin using it to level up. Just a little something for the classroom. Alright. Oh my gosh, that takes forever. The ability to deal with cobblestone could also be useful. Because I don't know about you guys, but I never put anything in the spots that I want it to be in. So that is not a useful thing. Do that. Do that. And then we'll do that. Tool station. Pickaxe. How about and then we're also going to need one of these, and one of these, and then one of these. Okay, so we'll go here. We'll set this up. And the reason we needed the the mattock here is it's both good as shoveling and as an axe, and it works like a hoe. So we'll be able to plant things. So biggest deal right now is that we're going to need to put one in here. get out there and start working on... Ooh, can we make a crafting table on a stick? Yes, we can. If you haven't figured out, I love those things. They're very simple. They do the job. Crafting table. And if I'm going to make signs anyway, might as well, there we go. Toss the manual in there. So, based on there it is. Seven, 8, 6, 7, 8. Toss that in there. Always good to have a spare. So, based on this being the center of the base, if we're looking at our spot, it's at basically x negative 1,000, z2. So we're at negative 1,000, 0. Let's go a couple more. We're going to start picking our spot for where we want our mob spawner to be. Different biomes can offer different advantages. Birch Forest really doesn't offer us any significant advantages or disadvantages. We want to make sure that we do this with the torch. So, like I said, this spot right here is negative 1,000, 0. And that makes it super handy if we go out there to about, with the assumption that we're basically going to be working here most of the time. So we'll add 4, so we'll go up to 28 blocks. So that makes it, what, 76? So minus 9, 7, 6. Let's light it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Exactly on. Weird. So this is approximately where we want the mob spawner to start. So I'm just going to put that there as a marker. Actually, move it one closer. There's a marker. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is roughly where we want the mob spawner to be. It's going to be centered. Now I made it by 9 so that we could have room to move around it. There's some mob drops I'm not worried about right off the bat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Primarily among those being spiders. We're not worried about spiders because we have string. Lots of string. 2, 3. from the trees over there. And that's the other reason we have this dirt block, is it should allow us to just go ahead and make lots and lots of cobble. There are faster ways to make cobble, but I won't be able to access most of those until I get some bone meal. Alright. So, 27. Oops. And this is why we made the pickaxe, because I'm not sure it is possible for me to make a build without screwing up block placement. So we're going to need 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to need 36 more. 36 is 72 is 144 pebbles. And that's just for the base. So yeah, it goes pretty quick. And much faster than trying to do a lot of other things. I'd rather have a stone mob spawner than not, especially in a pack that I'm unfamiliar with, because wood may be faster to make. However, wood's also flammable, and sometimes you run into mobs that just like set stuff on fire, because some mod makers can be kind of mean. Or shall we say, excessively challenging. Excessively challenging. Now I will go through and make safety railing, and at some point I'm going to go through and use, once I can charge that wand, I'll come up with a different flooring than cobblestone. I'm not super excited about the idea of having a cobblestone floor. Not because I'm particularly bothered about what it looks like, because for the most part I don't see the floor when I'm looking at things. I mean, I just don't look at it. Which, you know, some people are better at than others. So this is how I typically make my mob spawners. I find them to be fairly effective. They do what I need them to do. That's really all I'm worried about. It's an effective build. Now I've seen some people get very excited about having the double wide mob spawners, and you can if you desperately need spiders. But since we do not, I do not care. So we also want to make some slabs here really quick. So I make my mob spawners 3 high. 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be the base, and then this is the spawning area, and then we have slabs on top to basically keep stuff from spawning on top. Because having stuff spawning on top is very bad, because it can just run over and kill me. And I'm not excited about being killed. You know, just seems like it might ruin my day. So let's get the ceiling knocked out really quick, because the rest of it is just filling in. So should stick out one beyond, and the rest of these are going to go on the bottom here. There will be more, and I am going to make this wider, but I think that's going to have to wait till next episode because we're at the 20-minute mark, and this is going to be me trying to make the 20-minute thing. So, if you like this episode, please leave a like. If you didn't like it, don't. Tips, tricks, concerns, comments, all can go below. I guess I'll catch you next time.